I'm Louise Rowe and this is the SheerLuxe Show. Welcome to the first show of 2023. We're so excited to be back. SL's new fashion editor, Emma Bigger, is joining Charlotte to chat 2023 fashion trends and fresh wardrobe inspo and style watch. A very stylish entrepreneur is letting us take a look at her cool London home. Polly hits the shops to find the best of the sales. Plus, health and fitness success story Rhian Stephenson is on the couch sharing all her tips and tricks. They're amazing. But first, it's the panel. It's so lovely to have you guys. Rhian, Patricia and Holly, welcome. Is it too late to say Happy New Year?
I know,
Never.
I said that earlier.
Just go for it.
I did see yesterday on Instagram someone said past the 7th you can't. But I thought, well, that's a bit of a killjoy. But welcome, guys. Did you have a good Christmas?
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. We were in Australia. I took the kids to Australia for the first time, so
great.
that was
Jet lag.
great.
How's the
Jet
jet
lag's
lag?
been hell,
Okay.
but worth it. It was great. How was yours?
Yeah, good, quiet. Kind of a bit in and out of London. Let mum do all the washing and the cooking. But I did feel a bit exhausted. Like I didn't really get a break.
I feel like it's a bit exhausting. Like it was so lovely, but we did the first splitting, we did Christmas with my partner's family, and then afterwards mine. It was just like by the 2nd of January, I was like, bye.
Yes, I always think it's going to be like a Christmas movie, and I'm just going to chill. But not.
So much work that goes into
How
it.
was yours? Were you
I was
here?
counting down the day till my daughter went back to school. So let's just say that. Loved it for like a few days, and then I was like, oh my god, this is.
Yeah.
And actually, I sent her back on the teacher's inset day by accident.
Did you?
Oh my god! No. So I was like, school tomorrow. She woke up at 6 a.m. Like had her school bag on, had her hat on, had everything on. We got there, and they were like, it starts tomorrow, and I was like.
Yeah. Take her anyway.
So
No?
Yeah.
No,
Can
you could imagine
You're here.
the chaos
She's here.
from a 3-year-old
It's like
who
a
had been
scene.
wanting to. It was one of the worst days of my life.
Oh, bless.
Well, I feel
Parent
like there's
fail.
been
Over-prepared.
It was
There's
parent
nothing
fail.
wrong with being over-prepared.
Yeah.
there's been enough drama and gossip to keep us going through Christmas and New Year. Need I say more? Need I say more than H?
I don't think we do. I just don't know where to start. I think I think everyone in the UK feels the same at the moment. It's just bewildering, the whole thing. And at the start, obviously, the situation was what it was. And there was, for me personally, I had like a certain level of sympathy for them. But now I think whether you're for them or against them, whether you feel bad for them, whatever, now it's just, I think everyone's just had enough. Yeah. And the things that are coming out now, day on day on day, with the new book, the snippets from the book being released, I just think even if you're not a prince, to release some of these personal details are shocking. So the fact that he is who he is and affecting people he's affecting, I just find it absolutely shocking. And actually, I was really interested to see how you, Louise, because obviously you've spent so much time in the US, because obviously in the UK, I feel like the general consensus is that everyone's had enough, if I'm reading the room correctly. But what are people feeling like over there?
I don't know. I think I live here now, so my gauge is as good as yours.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting to sometimes look at the US press outlets online, and I think the reaction's pretty similar to here.
Yeah.
I just feel quite sad, and I think, like you said, at the end of the day, it's a family.
Yeah.
Take out all the airs and graces and who that family is. But I hope they can find some sort of reconciliation. But every day that passes, that seems to feel like it's further and further away from happening. But I think it's exhausting.
Do you know what? I don't know if I'm in the minority here, but I feel like I've kind of switched off a little bit. Like there's just been so much, and it's obviously been going on for so long. I do have sympathies for certain things. I do think certain things have been taken too far. But honestly, I haven't watched the interview. I'll admit that, but I'm just a little bit like it's so constantly in the headlines. It's so constantly like another thing that I've just kind of switched off to it. I'm like, I don't have the capacity. We've all got little children. Yeah. I've got the capacity for that right now. I'm like, I just don't have the capacity to and I don't know if maybe they've made a bit of an error there. Like obviously
oversaturation.
It's just so much.
On and on and on. It never ends.
Yeah.
It's getting kind of comical now, where you're like,
and it's like, okay, it's another thing, and I'm sure it is all awful, and I'm sure that it's been really tough. But personally, I probably missed a lot of it because I'm just like, I don't have the space anymore.
What do you think, Rhian?
Yeah, look, I'm the same. I've never been too kind of enthralled with the royal family being from Canada, but certainly I remember when a princess died, and my father's from here, and it was such a monumental day. And so when I first started to watch the documentary, I've only seen some of it. I remember that and how affected he was. And so I felt a lot of compassion for Harry, because so much of it was so obviously like stemmed from the sadness from his mother's, from how she passed and not wanting that to happen to his family. But like you said, now it's just, you lose all that because it's going on and on and on and on and on. So I've just switched off, and I think it's a little bit over the top, if I'm honest. And it's just sad because it's a family, like you said.
It just feels like a lot of negative vibes. And I was going to watch something the other day, and then my husband and I were like, do you know what? I think we'll go Emily in Paris instead. I need a little light relief.
Light relief.
It hasn't stopped raining. Yes,
Just
White Lotus.
So good.
Oh my
and
God.
Also, there are also, you know, there's a
brilliant?
lot of grin stuff going on as well.
Yes, I was just back to White Lotus. Favourite moment.
More White
You know,
Lotus.
she goes up to the captain, she's like, oh, the gays are trying to kill me. And he's like, sono gay, tutti gay. So on that note, tutti gay.
The best show. That is, I have to completely agree with you there. That was one of the best, like, escapism, like bits of TV, but
That's
like done
what we
really
need
well.
in January. Let's
Especially when they were in
happy.
Sicily, they were on a beach, it's warm. It was everything I
I
wanted.
need to get on the White Lotus.
Oh my gosh,
train.
you need to.
I haven't watched the first season.
It's good, but not as good.
Yes,
This was
but
definitely
worth
better.
it?
Worth it, yes.
All right. I feel like we need a whole show on shows. Come back.
I mean, I'll be there. I'll be there.
But we've got to talk about fashion. Now, if like me, you're excited for a whole new year of fashion and want some inspiration for the season ahead, take a look at this month's Style Watch with Emma and Charlotte.
Welcome back to Style Watch. It's a New Year edition, and I've roped in Emma for the first time to... Hi. Welcome. So nice to have you.
Thank you.
We're going to share everything that we're loving this week, from best dress to new... You found some really good sale buys as well.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like them.
I really like them. So let's crack on. First of all, we're going to talk about 2023, the year ahead, and the trends that we're into. What is the key trend that you are excited about for 2023?
Well, the one that I love and that really stood out for me, and I think I love it because it's really wearable, is Kate Moss walking Bottega in that plaid shirt and then just like jeans. I just think she looked so amazing, and I just think that's going to be like such a trend.
So it's the lumberjack look.
The lumberjack shirt and the loose jeans. And I almost feel like you can see her wearing that like 20 years ago.
100%.
But
it's so
she
true.
still looks so amazing in it. So I think lumberjack shirt is going to be...
And that is like the most democratic trend ever.
Yeah.
Like, everyone can wear that.
Yeah,
look.
exactly.
Rails. Very good, very soft lumberjack shirts.
Yeah.
Okay, mine is metallics. I feel like Q4 was like we were flirting with metallics. But there's been a lot of silver trousers in the SheerLuxe office in particular, but like everywhere. But there was so much in terms of metallics on the runways for, I mean, we're talking spring, summer 23. But yeah,
I love
Gabriella
metallics
Harris.
in summer. It's
I love,
so nice.
I think so many people pigeonhole metallics as like a going out thing. And, you know, I mean, I wear my silver trousers with a jumper and trainers all the time. I think it's such a cool way to do casual dressing.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So, you know, as I say, Celine, loads of brands doing it. Chanel, slightly more elevated, but I think it's easily kind of slotted into your everyday wardrobe. All right, I will let you go with the most stylish Instagram of the week then. Who did you spot on
So
your grid?
mine is Lena Terletter. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but she's this amazing influencer, and she's skiing in Austria at the moment, and her ski wardrobe is just insane.
Yeah.
She just looks incredible.
She does ski glam very well,
ski
doesn't
glam
she?
very well.
There are lots of more affordable ways to do ski though, aren't they? Zara have launched ski wear.
Yeah, and it's really, really amazing.
Really nice.
Yeah, and the high street, I mean, H&M, everyone's done it really, really well.
I think mine was Anouk Eve, lovely Anouk, who we interviewed.
Who we love.
Was that last week?
Last week, yeah.
I couldn't remember if that was before Christmas or not. Anyway, we've got an interview with her on the site. She has shared all her style rules with us, and I just thought this was so chic. She's wearing a camel coat that she's belted with a belt from her brand, and she's got a toe tam. I don't even know how you describe it. It's kind of like a snood for your shoulder, like a wrap scarf around the shoulders of the coat. I just thought she's doing real basics, winter basics, but it's just it's a really good example of how you can make those things interesting. You know, you don't have to necessarily do colour or do anything fussy to still...
Just those little
tweaks.
stylist tweaks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who is your fashion follow of the week?
So mine is a girl called Frederica LaBlanca, and she is London-based. I just feel at the moment like there's quite a lot of sameness on Instagram.
Yeah.
And she just wears like colour, and she just experiments, and she's not scared to, you know, wear something a bit out there.
Yeah.
And she's just So cool. I just love her.
She is the other end of the scale to Anouk, isn't she? I followed her for a while. I think she's incredible. She doesn't, I said to you before, she doesn't post frequently enough. I just want more. I want more content. But so glamorous.
Just interesting to
So
look at.
Bit of an antidote.
Yeah.
Mine I found on TikTok. At some point I need to stop saying like I'm on TikTok because I feel like we should be on TikTok now.
Yeah.
But I found her on TikTok. This lady's daughter is a TikTok, kind of TikTok star in her own right, but she has started doing TikToks with her mum's outfit of the day. And this lady is, I mean, she's so beautiful, which really helps.
Yeah, she's
but
gorgeous.
I think I don't want to put an age on her, but I suspect she's got a late teenage daughter.
Yeah.
So she's a little bit more grown up than kind of your usual typical influencers. And like it's all mostly really affordable stuff. She shops a lot on the American. She gets a lot from Naked, kind of high street brands, and just really like chill, a bit American, but some polish as well. She looks glamorous, even though she's in like glasses and baggy jeans, and she just
love that look.
I'm obsessed with her. She's amazing. Okay, designer piece of the week. I'm going to let you go first because you found some sale. Great sale.
I found. Well, it was a bit of a swat. I did a sale and a non-sale.
Oh, well done.
So my sale was this amazing Isabel Marant. It's like a black padded wrap coat with a belt. And I just think like you could wear it like you wear your leather biker jacket. It's just such an easy coat. And I think it would just add something to every outfit.
And also that discount is
it's
ridiculous.
Like 700, from 700 down to 200.
And your non-sale?
Well, my non-sale is kind of a bit like an imaginary purchase because it's
the dream.
A Ray shearling jacket, which is like quite expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive.
But it's like the perfect shearling.
It is.
I just find it. I don't own a shearling because I always find something's not quite right. The length or the fluffiness, or it's too bulky. But this just looks.
Yeah,
perfect,
I feel like every time we do a Style Watch, a shearling coat comes up or something from
Oh,
Ray
really?
comes up. Yeah, but it makes, like a Ray doing, I mean, they've done shearling coats for a while, but this one is just
it's just perfect.
It is perfect.
Yeah, love it.
I ignored the brief for a sale purchase, I'm afraid. I find it quite hard at this point.
out.
You've done a lot better than me. However, I thought I'd talk about what's kind of a trend for these Croc knee-high boots. There's a Kate pair and there's a Totem pair. Neither are cheap, but this was about high-end piece of the week. So that is my piece of the week. I think they are incredible. I just love the idea. Again, at this point in the season, we're all pretty bored of our winter clothes and there's still quite a long way to go. So I think it's more about dressing up what you've got.
Yeah.
So like a statement pair of Croc long, high boots.
Yeah, that they are easy to wear.
They're easy to wear and actually comfortable because they're both really low. But then that with some leggings, jeans, jumper,
Yeah.
I mean, it goes with everything and just a bit of glamour. So that's mine. Who's your stylish woman to watch?
Mine was Sadie Sink, who I'm sure everyone knows from Stranger Things.
I'm really jealous you got this one.
I think she wore McQueen at the Venice Film Festival, and I just think she's just gonna be spotted wearing just the most amazing. And she's just got natural style.
She's amazing.
So I just think she's gonna be one of these girls that's just got it, and she's just gonna be
I so
amazing.
agree. She's one of those, you can kind of feel that the fashion industry already
like on her.
spotted her, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's so beautiful as well,
she's
isn't she? Yeah,
gorgeous,
amazing. Mine was Michelle Yeoh, who is about to, they haven't quite announced all the nominees. She'll be on the circuit and already she has just, served some amazing looks. She has just looked incredible. I can't wait to see how they style her. She's just a bit of a fresh face on the awards circuit,
one
which I
to
think
watch.
is really exciting.
Amazing.
High street piece of the week. What have you spotted on the high street?
So I actually have these. It's the Massimo Dutti black ankle boots.
Oh, yeah.
And I love them because they're just like such a good heel height. They're kind of wider at the top. So it just gives them a bit of a different silhouette, makes them a bit cooler. So they're a really good buy.
Good. Massimo Dutti actually have done some great boots this year.
Great
haven't they?
boots, yeah.
And your non-sale item?
My non-sale is these amazing leather wide leg trousers from H&M. I just think everyone has leather trousers in their wardrobe, and these are just such a new silhouette, and I just think they're such a good shape.
Yeah,
just
love
for
that.
like every day.
And also, that's a great price for real leather.
Yeah, they are real leather,
Yeah.
so they are a bit
It's more expensive,
yeah.
but also, that's something you'll have forever. So fast fashion doesn't have to be fast fashion if you're going to keep it for a long time.
Exactly.
I'll leave it there. You have much better picks than me. You're the fashion editor. It's your job. Thank you so much, Emma. We're going to throw back to the studio where I think they're also going to be talking about high street fashion. Thanks.
Charlotte and Emma, I love those high street picks. Okay, guys, have you scored anything good in the sales? Of course you have.
I actually haven't to date, but that Isabel Marant jacket, I think I need to find out where
pattern?
that is from
Yeah.
and get it before this goes out, so I
that's
can
the
buy it before
problem.
everyone gets it.
That is the
the
problem.
problem, but that is very good because that's a good transitional jacket.
This show is too good.
It's
So
too
you
good.
need
It's
to-
too
you
good. I need to be
quick.
better. I need to get in there. So yeah, that will be on my list.
I personally love the lumberjack theme. I feel like I've never let that go. So now that it's coming back,
Yeah.
I feel vindicated. I'm like,
She's Canadian.
fun.
There we go. I
what
think you've
I'm
got the
saying.
original ones, you know?
Exactly. So I don't really have to spend any money. I can like dust them all off and like trendy, get a new pair of jeans and some good heels. and
I
I'm
love
set.
it.
I love
Super
it.
baggy, cozy.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I'm all for the metallics.
Yes.
I'm really just living for the metallics. I think it's so cool. And I love, like Charlotte was saying, I just love it done quite casually.
No, you're right.
Just a bit of a,
It's a
but,
new
you know,
way. Do you know what I'm
jumper.
not sure about is the wrap here. It looks so elegant and chic, but I'm just thinking
That
that
would go
person
on
doesn't
that.
have
What I
kids.
thought.
move.
That person doesn't have kids.
I'm like, that looks so cool in the
swaddle
photo.
myself.
Or
Myself, I
alive,
was trying
literally.
to-
How does she even have a coffee? I mean, yeah,
So
Yeah.
chic,
Picture.
but I bet that didn't get led in last year.
Have you bought anything specific yourself?
Oh, I finally bought a Goldie. Is it a Goldie?
Yeah, the jeans.
I mean, like, honestly, for years, I've been seeing all the gals talk about how good they are.
Yeah.
And I was like, are they that good for all that money? Like, I don't know. And I'm quite fussy about jeans. And then they were £78 in the flannel sale.
Oh, well done.
And they're worth
so
a hype,
good.
so now I'm a convert.
Brilliant. Price per wear as well. I always think
Yeah.
you wear jeans
Oh,
more than
exactly.
anything. So if you need to ever
No, I wouldn't. Like,
justify
I
it,
now
price
would
per wear.
invest.
Yeah.
I would 100% invest now that I know how good they are.
I always say shop the sales for a quality fabric or something that's timeless rather than something that is super trendy. And then I'm going to completely contradict myself with my one pick.
What have you bought?
Some yellow gold croc boots, kitten heels, so comfy, from LK Bennett, and they're almost half
Very
price.
practical.
Very practical. But the thing you were just saying, metallic
I was
is
just going to say
every day.
that's metallic.
And
And
something
just like
that-
a good statement.
Something Charlotte said is so true. This is a bit depressing. We're technically only halfway through the winter. So it is time to buy another pair of
Yeah,
boots if
so
you
true.
need a bit of a switch up. We're not quite in spring. So those were my puppies.
Oh, I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to see how you wear them.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I'm
my thing
always
with
like,
metallics. I always think I would love to wear these trends and then try them and I look ridiculous. So I
Rubbish.
very
I
much
quite
look
like a
forward to
white
seeing
jean
it.
with it. It's a really yellow
yeah.
gold. Kind of like on your earring, actually. Right. After all that fashion chat, onto a bit of house inspiration. Ex-fashion buyer and founder of children's wear brand Binibamba, known for its sustainability, sourced sheepskin liners, which are gorgeous, and accessories, is showing us around her super cool London home.
Hi, I'm Emma Grant, founder of sheepskin baby brand Binibamba. Welcome to my home. So when we bought the house, it was a huge renovation project. We really wanted this big family kitchen for our boys. We totally sort of demolished what was here previously and went through a really lengthy planning process trying to get our dream kitchen. We really wanted a plain English kitchen. Budget-wise, they're just so expensive. So all the units and everything in the house and in the kitchen are British Standard, which is the sister company. The thing about the plain English kitchen that I loved was that everything was tonal. Each and every single one of all of the hardware I've sat outside and spray painted myself, lovingly. The marble backdrop, so it's actually a quartzite. And when I went down to the stone merchants, it had this lovely long vein and they were going to put it on the worktop to hide it. And I just loved it because it looks like one, you can tell it's one continuous piece of stone. I love vintage and thrifting and finding things. Things like the taps I sourced on, I think it was eBay, the old Belfast sink, and also the lights. I found those down in Hastings in an antique shop and just had them put onto a modern fixture. So we really wanted to create a table seating area that was the real heart of the kitchen. I came across this image on Pinterest of this window seat that really brought the outside in. We just love having family breakfasts in here and having friends over for lunch. I actually drew out the plan for the doors, so it's got more panes than you'd normally see in a crystal door, just so it looks a bit more New York loft-esque. On a summer's day with the patio doors open, it's just such a nice space to live in. We fell in love with the original features in this room when we first came to view the property, but as with a lot of Victorian double-fronted rooms, there are little things that didn't quite marry between the two rooms. So when we bought the house, we refurbished the fireplaces so we could have an open fire, and we also sourced a similar cornice and matched it and had it fit on the other sort of second half of the room. We also did things like put the panelling in, which is actually a really affordable way. It's literally just a bit of wood, beveled wood panelling that we had put onto the walls. I really wanted a queen boucle sofa, which is not the most practical with children, so I managed to source a Butte Fabrics cloth that's wool and is a bit more sort of hard wearing, and had our original hay sofa reupholstered. When we renovated the house, we had this incredible joiner, and he can make anything and everything from an image. But he also did these floating shelves and added this sort of beveled edge just so they look a bit more period, and can house my endless collection of Vogue that I make a smooth every time we move house, much to my husband's annoyance. Furniture-wise, I love sort of different textures, and the travertine was a really nice addition to the room. We sourced those from a local store called Everything But the Dog. So this room originally was a study for home office, and in lockdown we realised that there were toys everywhere in every single room. So we repurposed it as a playroom. So we wouldn't have gone for such a dark colour, but actually I love it. All the primary colours really pop from it, and it makes a lovely backdrop for all their bright coloured toys, and it's just quite a fun room. So we've got a painting that I love that we bought from a shop down in Rye called Macaulay & Crane, and then just some sort of cheats, so things like the cushions are all IKEA fabric that I had made, and an IKEA rug just so that it can get absolutely trashed. So one of my favourite rooms in the house is the nursery. We really wanted it to be quite a sort of calming tonal room, but also have something playful about it. So we had the big sort of wide stripes hand painted onto the wall. Within the room, sort of lots of sort of natural textures, so the wood, and just sort of fun, playful things like the lion that the boys love. I always think bedrooms should be quite calming, so we went for sort of an all-white bedroom and then just one sort of statement wall just to anchor the room, and then tying that in our curtains. It was something I'd seen, I think, on the rabbit hole that's Pinterest, so I managed to find an amazing curtain maker that could copy a picture and source the really thick, very, very dark navy grey grain to go on them. It is a bit of a mashup of different styles in here. So we've got the 60s cabinet, we've got an old thrifted wooden cupboard that I love. So when we bought the house, there was a gas fire here and a really sort of 70s, but not in a good way, fireplace all in one. So we had that knocked out, and we sourced from a local fireplace company where they restore basically old ones. So I got to pick the hearth that goes inside the fireplace, and then they dipped it and came and brought it back, and it pulls the whole room together. We'd always wanted a statement bathroom, so a walk-in, open plan bathroom with a wet room style shower. We really wanted that marble look, but we were quite concerned about how practical it would be in a bathroom and then being slippy. So we managed to source from, they're actually from Fired Earth, these marble look tiles with the sort of natural veining. We also had the shelf built in, so it's the width of one of the tiles, just so it looks really clean. This room was originally a bedroom when we bought the house, but we really wanted to create a family bathroom. So we knocked the wall down that was adjoining, and we had this big reeded glass wall made with the lovely old-fashioned wooden panelling that's runs around the whole room. It really just helps bring all the lovely light through into the landing. And when we looked at the configuration of the bathroom, it was going to be quite hard to put a shower in here and a bath. And because we've got such a big statement shower room, we decided for children it's all about bath time. So the bath, the roll top bath, is the focal point of this room. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed looking around my home.
I just love looking inside people's homes.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you, Emma, so much. Love the children's bathroom. Love how she spray painted the hardware in the kitchen.
Yes,
I'm
genius.
really obsessed with
Clever.
the kitchen.
Genius, especially, well, you know, you've recently done your house. I'm in the process of doing my house. Hardware is so expensive.
Yes.
And to get it right is so expensive, especially if you don't want the run of the mill. And actually something I think that watching that home tour that she did so well is there's so much personality in that house, but it still looks super chic at the same time. It doesn't feel very overwhelming. It still feels very livable.
100%.
I would move in there tomorrow.
And me. And I just love as well, like, I feel like they did a lot of things to make it practical with little children, but not like gross.
Yes.
I just think a
not too
lot of the
much
time it's
plastic.
not like
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
have to be cheap and tacky because you've got kids. Like, it can be really chic and elegant if you just like make some little changes.
I loved the criddle and how she kind of made that the feature, and how much light she got in through the panels in the bathroom and through the whole kitchen. I thought it was beautiful, and it really helps when it's so dark.
Completely. You can tell she has a background in design because she's
totally.
clearly thought out every detail. And also she's like, I'm sure all of us, loves a bargain.
Yes.
Etsy, eBay, antique fairs.
I
I'm
know.
all
She
about
matched it together. Like, you know,
So
that beauty, I can't
good.
believe it was her room just off the kitchen, and she was like, the rug's from IKEA. I was like, I've never seen anything that good from IKEA.
Holly, the way you say IKEA.
Is that not right?
No, it's just
The horror.
No, IKEA horror. No, you know what? I think that's just like being scarred from once taking one of my daughters there who was like projectile vomiting
Hot
down
dogs,
the,
hot dogs.
down things. So, yeah, I will-
meatballs.
Yeah.
But honestly, that rug was amazing.
Yeah,
It's like
clever.
a spurred I need to have a little look.
I also loved her Vogue corner.
Oh my
I
gosh,
just
I
was
love
like,
it.
oh,
Same.
yes. I like take old magazines everywhere I go, and my husband's like, "Why do you don't?" I'm like, they're mine.
100%.
What if I want to look at them one day?
Yes.
I just want them.
And occasionally you do.
Yeah.
I did. I
Sometimes,
dug
not
one.
really.
I dug one out the other
It's just
day.
healthy beauty doing it.
So now we have got a feature running on site today about everything you really need for a comprehensive underwear drawer, from functional essentials, which let's face it, we all wear every day, to something a little bit more sexy. So real talk, how often do you clear out your knicker drawer?
That's a good question. I feel like it's not like I do it on a regular basis, although after having 3 kids quite close together, I recently did, about 6 months ago, a massive clear out and was actually horrified in myself at how much of it was maternity underwear that I was still wearing.
Oh, I know.
But it was, you know, it's just so comfortable, isn't it? And you fall into those habits, and then I just think, oh my God, my poor husband who has just, and I haven't even thought twice about, you know, these pants up to here. But so I did do a clear out and got rid of them. And now I feel like I have a good underwear drawer of non-maternity.
Where did you replace everything?
Okay, so there's a brand, I was once sent a set from this brand called, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like Nudia. It's Nudea.
Yes.
I don't know how to, and oh my goodness, they are the most, not necessarily the most attractive, but they are the most comfortable underwear. So I literally went out, as soon as I got sent this underwear, I bought a whole set, and they are amazing for like every day. Ooh. Really, really good. And then my now nice set every day, I kind of hate myself for saying this, but they're amazing, is Skims. Skims. And I didn't want, I know it sounds
really
awful, but
good.
I didn't, not that I didn't want to love it, obviously, Kim Kardashian, amazing entrepreneur, but you know, it's a bit, you know, cliche. I didn't want to be that person, but I've got a girlfriend who actually works for the brand over here in Selfridges, and she's like, Golly, you have to try it because genuinely it's great, it's comfortable, it fits really nicely. And I was like, okay. And it's great.
I think the last 3 to 5 years there's been an undies revolution in terms of small independent brands. There's one from New Zealand and I can't remember the name of it, but they are rivaling those huge M&S's. And I know, I think 1 in 3 women in the UK still wears M&S.
yeah.
And they're great. But it's nice to have options in the comfy sector rather than just crazy sexy lingerie that you wear once and isn't that comfy.
Yeah, absolutely.
300
I
pounds
recently.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're very uncomfortable, very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Or I'm going away for a weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First
okay.
weekend away, and you got to shut it down. There's just no.
You've had your
them.
one look.
You trick them. You're like, this is me.
You do trick them. When you do the sexies though, where'd you get it?
I've
had babies for 3 years. I don't know when the
I'm
last
so
time I did the
awful,
sexies.
but I'm honestly not the person. I've just been sent some by a company called Stripe and Stare, which is also like super comfortable, really nice. And I feel like I'm just kind of in that stage. I should probably up my sexy game.
No.
But I'm like
in a
that.
comfy
I'm like,
stage,
I've just had a baby. I haven't just had a baby, but I've recently had a baby, and I'm just getting out of the big pants, which also my other half is like, go away. Just getting back into my little Calvins, which to be honest, like they make me feel sexy.
Yeah, but they are. I think it's very sexy. Anina Bing, for me, and COS, at a slightly lower price point, make a bit of a in the middle because they do
The
some lacy
lacy
pieces.
ones,
But
they're
they're
beautiful.
still comfy, and I don't like underwire. So that for me, those triangle, they're lovely.
Yeah.
That's a nice middle ground.
Yeah.
You got any favourites?
I love stories, just as a kind of middle ground, very casual from Selfridges. And also, actually, a friend of mine started an underwear brand a few years ago called Lemonade Dolls. And like, they're so pretty, they're lacy, they're inexpensive, they're super comfy, but they're very sexy, and I love them. I think they're fabulous.
I need to make a list.
And it's
know,
small
I was just about to
brands
say,
owned
can
by
we just?
Yeah.
I'll be watching this later.
I was gonna
Writing
say,
the notes because I have
exactly.
none. I have no sexy
Rewind.
underwear. None.
Yeah.
None.
Well, also it's about shape, and I think that
Yeah.
on what's on top, let's say you're wearing a lace cami, it actually completely changes your figure
Yeah.
depending what you're wearing, and it's not the lacy, sexy stuff that gives the best shape.
No.
So anyway,
It's the Skims, the Spanx.
Yeah.
Best friends.
1000%.
Post-baby Spanx are just everything.
So, after the break, Rhian and I are going to be chatting all about her career journey from CEO of cult spinning workout Cycle to founder of natural supplement brand Arket, the highs and lows and everything in between.
Of dance in there. There's a few kind of GCSE drama type moments. So, you know, kind of like.
All I want's a diptyque candle,
Literally.
babes. Just
Diptyque
tip me
candle.
that.
I should put it on my Instagram bio. Buy me diptyque candles.
Watch out, 1st of Feb.
Yeah, exactly.
The wheels will come off.
I'm gonna try and drink more water.
The people who are best, you see this, people who are
Makes
best hydrated basically
Live longer.
Live longer.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Welcome back. I'm joined again by nutritionist and naturopath Rhian Stephenson. She's amazing. Founder of Arket, an award-winning natural supplements and nutrition program for gut, energy, mood, and skin, and ex-CEO of Cycle. Her career in the wellness industry is really the stuff of legends. So wonderful to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for that amazing
At
intro.
my news desk.
Legends.
Well, you are,
No,
and it is a bit serendipitous because I have been taking a couple of your supplements
Yes.
for about 3 months and
Yes.
notice a huge difference. That's
Amazing.
genuine. That's not me just saying it.
Good.
So let's wind it back a bit
Yeah.
and talk about your history and why you're in this industry.
Yeah, so I mean, I became very interested in both fitness and nutrition at a very young age. So I was a very sickly child. I was always ill. I was on antibiotics, 4 or 5 times a year. Fast forward to when I was 18, we actually found out that I had an allergy to casein, which is a protein found in milk.
Okay.
So once I cut that out, it changed my entire like my energy, my mood. And then my love of fitness came also from a very young age. My mother was an Olympian. She's incredible. She used to high jump and do long jump. So it was like within my family. So then I became a competitive swimmer at a very young age. And so the whole thing was just,
Which stroke?
I was backstroke and butterfly.
Okay,
Yes,
amazing.
yes.
And you're from Canada.
I'm from Canada. I'm from Toronto.
I take the sport very seriously.
Very seriously.
So when did you
Why
move?
wouldn't you?
Listen, I've got Canadian family.
Yes.
Very into the Canadians.
Everyone plays hockey or skates. You have to do one.
Yeah, true. So then you were at Cycle,
Yes.
which is huge,
Yes.
and living in LA where everyone did Soul Cycle,
Yeah.
that was massive.
Massive.
And Cycle's just in the UK, I think.
It is just in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then did you always want to move on and start your own business? Is that something you always wanted to do?
I always wanted to start something more. I just didn't know what it would be in. So it was either going to be in fitness or in nutrition or both. And I have now done both. So it's been great.
It.
Yeah.
And do you
it's been
feel, because the supplement industry, I assume, is fairly saturated,
Yeah.
what gap in the market did you see?
So for me, when I used to try to find supplements to tell my clients that they should take, I just found it very hard to find ones that were really good quality, super natural, and also in the potency that you want to actually get an outcome. And so I really wanted to create a brand that was rooted in science, that people could understand and that they would really feel, both from a kind of practitioner point of view and a consumer point of view. It had to look great, but then also we pair it with nutrition because nutrition is the foundation of health, right? So we have to eat every single day, 3 times a day. So you need to also have an understanding of what is actually good and how can I fuel my body so that I'm healthy.
So as part of the advice you give your clients, take this, but also eat this.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a holistic approach.
Yeah,
which
because that's the best approach.
it makes total sense.
Yeah.
And actually, I love LA, but there is sometimes a little bit of like, oh, this pill will fix it. So you've got to have the whole thing going.
We're all naturally quite impatient, which I understand because I've been there too, right?
Yeah.
But the best way forward is the consistency, and you have to look at everything. You have to look at how you move. You have to look at how you manage your stress. You have to look at how you eat, what you take. It's all intertwined. But food is probably the most impactful thing, right? Because it's the thing that we do every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you manage the stress? You know, this is the $1 million question.
Do I?
That word balance.
We should ask my husband. Everyone, they're always like, how do you find the balance? But you just don't always find it. So I think one of the things that you need to embrace is that certain things are going to fall in and out of balance. So you just need to prioritize what those are. So right now I have a 6-month-old and a 2.5-year-old. So my social life is probably no balance at all. But I know that that's a phase and that will come back. So like I'm trying to focus on being there for my kids and making sure that I can come home for bedtime. And that's my version of balance right now.
And there's a certain piece with accepting it. I totally agree with you. If I've got a tidy house for a moment, I feel happy. Like there are certain things that, you know, if I have more than 2 coffees a day, I don't feel happy. Like I know my little triggers.
Exactly.
And as ridiculous as they might sound, totally. So juggling parenthood with running a business, are you quite allotted with time, or do you just take it as it comes?
I'm very regimented.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's actually helped me as a parent and as a business owner, because it's wild how crazy it is. So I feel like the better structure I have, the more calm I am, just with the chaos of the kids and stuff. So
do you know what? I bet people watching would love to know a bit more about that, in case there are any tips or advice, right? Working mum, let's say.
Yes.
How do you, like, what are your specific tips?
So the one thing I've had to change most is how I work out. You know, I used to do all the classes and have so much time. Now I run in because I need to save time. So that's my no extra time bit where I would have to go in anyway. So why don't I run so that I can get my workout done?
Right, fine, good.
Yeah,
me neither.
No time. Number 2 is I tell my team between 5:30 and 6:30, no contact, because that's when I need to be home to do the bath and bed. And I found that when I didn't say that, I'd be trying to do it both. And it was so stressful, having a phone and then having a 2-year-old be like, mommy, mommy, mommy. Yeah. So just having a shorter amount of time where I'm totally focused on them.
Unless you create the boundaries. Why would anyone make them up for themselves? You know, you have to be the person.
Yeah, and as a small business, there's always, I could do more every day. There's always stuff you can do. So I need to also say, look, I've done enough. I'm going to switch off for 1 hour, because that will make me feel that I'm also there and happy. I'm also still doing the feeds at night. So I have a terrible habit now of being like, well, I'm breastfeeding or something. And so I think it's just not... Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
I haven't cracked it yet.
No, and my daughter, youngest, is 1.5. So when I was feeding her, a year ago, it was Benifer though. So I was like, at least if I'm going to be on my phone, keep it to gossip. So Benifer, Ben Affleck, Jennifer, they just got back together. They were on the yacht, and every night I was like, what's Benifer up to tonight? Yeah. So instead of looking at emails, yes, guys, I did. Yeah. I was like, let's see the yacht. At least keep it happy.
I look at memes, just
there you go.
Funny memes, and I send them to my team at 2 a.m. being like,
you're lucky
so they wake up being like, what?
But it's true. And actually, quick note, if you are breastfeeding, your mood, right, makes a big difference to how much milk actually is produced. So having funny stuff versus hardcore stressful stuff.
My husband's often like, what were you laughing at? And I'm like,
psychotic.
So breastfeeding, weird, really stupid memes of puppies doing weird things. And I have to admit,
no, good for you.
But I am intelligent.
This is a great tip.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Arket. What was the first product you produced?
The first product I actually made was cellular hydration, which is actually one of our best sellers. So that was great. It is an electrolyte blend, but it also has some prebiotics in it. It has some adaptogens, and I became really obsessed with electrolyte. It's a herbal medicine that helps your body to deal with stress. And I became really obsessed with electrolytes and just how much they impacted your mood and your energy. And then I couldn't find one that wasn't really full of sweeteners, because I hate sweeteners. So that was the first one that I made, and it's done incredibly well.
I've read a few articles last year about the sort of our generation's obsession with being productive. Yeah. And I fall into that trap too. Yeah. How can you take yourself out of that, both mentally, but also with what you might eat and consume, bringing Arket into this as well?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that we do is we look at little things in isolation. So it's the new year, so it's time to get thin, and we have these pockets, but actually we just want to feel good with energy every day, right? So and that takes a balance things. It takes really good food consistently. It takes good supplementation consistently. It takes good exercise consistently. So it's really about being like, how can I really fuel every aspect of that? And rest and recovery is a big part of that. I mean, we can't just be switched on all day. And actually, I found myself most out of balance when I was trying to just like work as hard as I could with no break. I mean, I burnt out and I ended up in hospital for 7 days. Yeah. So it's not worth it, right? Like a part of our enjoyment of life is being able to feel good and feel happy within ourselves. And that takes, focus now, because there's so many things made to pull our focus elsewhere. So we really need to work on that in a proactive way, I think.
Take one pot off the hob maybe occasionally. You can't have them all burning at once, right? So it's okay to sort of just take a step back, miss the party. I love going to bed at 9. I think gut health is a big buzzword as well.
Mega.
Because we now know how much it affects
Everything.
this. Yes.
Everything. Yeah.
What are some nuggets, like changes or things that people could do taking away from today? And they could start now.
Yeah, so I mean, I think one of the things that people are talking about the most is the research behind, having the diversity of food, right? So just not eating the same thing every day. Having, 30 to 40 foods in your diet is going to really help the diversity of your gut. That sounds like a lot, but it's not.
It's probably not.
No, because it includes your herbs, your spices, your oils. So I mean, all of those plant foods, they will count. So really trying to increase the diversity is going to be key. Okay. Two, I mean, I'm obviously a huge fan of probiotics, so I think taking a good quality probiotic, especially if you've been on antibiotics or have had COVID or been through, like, it's really important to help to just nourish the gut bacteria. And number 3 is actually just managing stress. Right? It has a huge impact on your gut and your digestion. And if your digestion doesn't work, your system doesn't work.
Yeah. I mean, how to do that? Just quickly, wrapping up. Exercise?
Yeah, look.
Laughing.
There's exercise, just switch off, right?
Okay,
so
YouTube Will Ferrell bloopers. That will make you
memes
roar.
late at night, do mindfulness, do some breath work,
Moderation. A glass of red wine, for me, is very...
It's fine.
Stress management.
Yeah, look, it's fine. It's when that one glass becomes 7 glasses and it becomes every single night, then you're like, well, that's not really great for my gut. But yeah, so it's about just enjoying yourself. And also, like, one of the things I think is most important is finding healthy foods that you absolutely love, that you really look forward to, that feel like a treat, because then it's going to be easy.
Love it.
Yeah.
Dates in the freezer.
With a walnut inside of it.
There you go. Oh, thank you so much. That was amazing.
Thanks for having me.
Dates in the freezer. That was fascinating. Now, the first Come Shopping With Me of the year, and it's a goodie. Hitting the shops with Polly Sayer.
Hello guys, it's Polly coming to you from quite a grey and rainy Oxford Street. We're in the midst of January sales, so I'm going to go and head to some of the high street shops and see if I can scoop out any bargains and try on some of my favourite pieces, so let's go. So, and Other Stories is always one of my favourite places on the high street for knitwear. The first one being this kind of shoulder detail one, which is cream with a V-neck, slightly balloon sleeves with the cuff detailing. It's really soft, doesn't feel itchy at all. It's a size small, which you can see is a little bit oversized. I just think it's really cute. It would look really nice with a pair of leather trousers, jeans, or like white trousers like I'm wearing here for more of a tonal vibe. Couldn't resist trying on this lush charcoal grey roll neck, which is nice and long. Sometimes you do just want a knit that's going to cover your bum, and I love that. This one's definitely a little bit more itchy because it's got mohair in it, but feels really good quality. I am going skiing in March and I need a few basics like this fleece, so that's pretty great. Like that as well. Loads of different colours. Quite like that beige one as well. It's quite like an Anina Bing one I had from a couple of years ago. So the first thing I've tried on is the puffer. It is so nice, feels like it's going to be so toasty. I went for a medium, so it's a little bit oversized. It's got a nice big hood to protect you from the rain. This is a great opportunity to get yourself a nice forever winter coat. My next choice is this sequin long sleeve top. You might be thinking that January is a bit of a weird time to buy a sequin top, but I do think this kind of piece is actually a really useful thing to have in your kind of evening wardrobe year round, just with a pair of black jeans. So layered under an oversized black blazer like this, I just think it gives a bit of understated glam, still makes you feel like you've dressed up a little bit without making too much effort. It's definitely the kind of thing I would wear for like dinner out or a friend's birthday any time of year. Great pair of gold platforms in mango. Those are £40 down from Stacey. Pretty great. We use those for weddings forever and ever. Really sad these Prada dupe slingbacks are not in my size because they're 40 down from 60. Amazing. Again, another staple, a leather, real leather blazer. 160 down from 230. I love that, and it feels really nice and soft. I did see this coat. It's the kind of black and white textured fabric that's got a wool content in there. I sized up to a medium for a slightly more boxy fit. It's just a really classic fit that you could wear to work, wear at the weekends, dress down with like a tracksuit underneath is how I'd wear it. And this midnight blue velvet blazer. Just got silk lapels. That one's down to 180, I believe, from 269. So nice to keep that for next Christmas. The first thing that I picked out is this insanely cool denim jacket, which has got like rhinestone piping, would you call that? I just think it's really, really cool, and I would maybe wear it like a shirt, so done up, maybe with some jeans, like a double denim vibe. I sized up in it as well, just for a slightly boxier fit. I just think it's mega cool. How good is this patent leather shearling biker? It's $699 down from $999, which is obviously still a bit of an investment, but this is such a forever piece. It's kind of shearling lined on the inside. I sized up to a large as well for that kind of oversized look. It's giving me serious Acne Studio vibes, but for a hell of a lot less than Acne. I love it, and I'm also wearing these jeans. I think these are called the Rally jeans. Apologies for my mess. They're a kind of nice washed black, grey colour, nice straight leg, mid-rise to high-rise. Okay, so this outfit isn't strictly speaking sale, but I was just speaking to one of the lovely store assistants here who was wearing these dungarees in blue, and I just loved the shape of them on her, so I had to try them in the black. And I'm obsessed with them, and this is like the perfect straight leg. They're rolled up at the bottom so they could go down a bit, and I've gone for this kind of boucle-ish jumper underneath in a medium. I feel like I'll get so much wear out of these for the rest of winter and into spring. I think that is me all shopped out now. I've had fun. There's been loads of really good pieces. It's kind of fun, isn't it, hunting out bits in the sale, and I've come away with a couple of really fun bits I'm excited to wear over the next few weeks. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Thank you so much, Polly. Oh, I love those dungarees too. I always tend to just shop online during the sales, but maybe I might pop into the shops after seeing that. Are you guys online shoppers for the sales, or do you like to get down and dirty?
I just can't. It's the way that they re-merchandise everything, and it's a mess. I
can't find anything.
Cope. Yeah.
I'm just like,
it's hectic,
it's
isn't it?
overwhelmed, and I also just don't have a ton of time. So I do a lot of late night shopping, kind of like 12 o'clock midnight. Once I've done my feed, I'm like, it's really not very healthy, but I do it.
Yeah.
But that's also quite, I like that about it, but also for me, the way my brain works,
like that
if I see something I like, for example, it's in Selfridges, I'm like, right, I need to check net, matches everywhere, see which I need to compare and be like, have they got a better colour, size? And obviously you can get it, but then you don't get the same satisfaction.
No.
That physical going in and being like,
so
that
true.
bargain.
I think it depends
feels
on the
so
shop,
good.
doesn't it? Because if it's a higher end shop and the sale isn't a cluster, it's quite lovely to go in and get the bag and the bargain.
Yeah, there you go.
But you can filter online, and that's brilliant.
I quite like to look at what I'd like and then go in though, because I'm also, and I'm trying really hard to be less like this, but I'm so bad at like impulse buying in a sale. So if I kind of like know what I want, it is nice.
What you're bad as in you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they want though.
I know, I'm the target audience.
It's really interesting because I have a homewares brand now. So when I see it from the other side too, and to your point, late night shopping, I can see not who is online, but how many people and where they are.
The
trend.
live
Bananas.
Bananas.
Yes, late at night. I'm like,
But if you
God.
see, it happens to be, when I used to have a brand years ago, when I did some marketing, it's a lot of women that shop at night.
Yeah.
Especially like through the night, a lot of mothers feeding.
After we've done
We
our
have
jobs.
a lot of people who shop kind of from 8 p.m. till 10, and then there's like this surge of 1 to 3 of like
my
sleep
goodness.
tonic, sleep tonic, sleep tonic.
Oh my
Oh
God,
my
stop
God.
it. That's
Where
so
you're
funny.
like, yeah, it's so funny. So you're like, bless you, this will help.
That's almost when you need to post about it in the middle
I
of the
should,
night.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm up to. Here you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
That is so true. That's great.
That is it for today. Wish it wasn't. Thank you guys so much.
Thank
It was
you.
absolutely brilliant. Patricia, Rhian and Holly, lovely to see you guys again.
So great to see you.
And it's dangerous. Now I just want to shop more. Thank you to Emma and Charlotte as well. What a show. Next week, I'm back with top interior designer Lucy Barlow. She is a hoot, who will be here sharing her hot home picks for 2023. There's fashion with a very cool florist come model, beauty with Adiola, and lots more. In the meantime, we would love it if you could comment below, give us a thumbs up, and do subscribe if you haven't yet. Have a wonderful day.